Hello, welcome. My name's Jennifer Medina, the Professional Learning Events and Programs Coordinator at Shape America. Today I'll be demonstrating how to submit a research symposium proposal for the 2027 Shape America National Convention and Expo in Charlotte, North Carolina on the Shape America website. All research symposium proposals must be submitted online through the submission site by the deadline of Thursday, August 13th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. To access the website, you can type in your search engine Shape America and click the link. Once you're on the Shape America homepage, select National Convention on the top tab. This will take you to the conventions page. Scroll down and select Call for proposals. You can do that either here where it says submit a proposal, or you can scroll to the bottom and select this box, this blue box, submit a proposal, learn more. Okay, take a moment to look over the Call for Proposals page and familiarize yourself with it. Please take time to go over the submission guides and resources listed here under step 3. You can access the frequently asked questions here as well. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can also locate other documents under supplemental resources, such as the Scheduled Glance and Justification Toolkit. Shape America is looking for dynamic, high-quality proposals that address timely issues impacting HPA professionals and students, offer actionable strategies and innovative solutions, and reflect best practices in instruction, assessment, research, and leadership. To submit your proposal, please complete the following steps and reference the additional guidance documents available on this page. So there are 4 steps here. Step 1 is to review the presenter agreement. I'm going to go ahead and right click and you can review the presenter agreement. Step 2, choose the right submission category. If you open this in a new tab and you scroll down, you will see the research categories. Step 3, review the submission guide. So depending on which proposal you're submitting, presentation, abstract, symposium, or you could view the FAQs here. And step 4, to start your submission. So to submit your proposal, please complete the following steps and reference the additional guidance documents on this page, as I stated before. And all submissions must be submitted Thursday, August 13th of the year 2026 by 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. Now, select Start Your Proposal, and you should now see the Call for Submissions page. Notice that on the right side, there's this box stating the submission deadlines. Please note you will receive an automated submission email containing your session ID and a link to access and edit your proposal. If your submission is interrupted or you need to return to it later, you can resume where you left off by using the link provided in the email. Your session ID is also included for reference if you need assistance from Shape America staff. At the top of the page, you can notice different drop-down tabs. I'm going to go ahead and click them for you. And these tabs describe the overview of information that you'll be provided throughout your proposal submission. To submit a new research symposium proposal, select the Begin a Submissions button on the last Begin a Submission under Research Symposium. If you follow the previous steps on the original submissions page, all the speakers and co-presenters and co-authors should have read the presenter agreement. Reminder, all presenters must review the presenter agreement before checking the terms and conditions box. I already have, so I'm going to go ahead and check it. Read the instructions as you go along. As you can see, the first box is for you to type in your session title. For testing purposes, throughout this tutorial, I will be typing in limited words, just so that we can move on to the next steps and get through this tutorial quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and type in symposium testing. Okay. And then you will type in your submitter's email address. Okay. Next is your IRB approval or exemption. Research papers must have appropriate IRB approval or exemption to be eligible for research presentations at convention. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, first of all, to complete the certification, you need to type your name in the box. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. Next is the description. For the description, you need to provide in 150 words or less the theme and an overview of your abstract. This description will be used in the online program guide. Do not list presenters or other participants here. Again, for testing purposes, I am going to just type a few words here so that the system can let me move on. Select a category that best corresponds with your submission. Next, select the AV equipment that you will need for your presentation. Please note Shape America does not provide laptops, CDs or DVD players, extension cords, or laser pointers. While a selection of dongles to connect laptops or CD projectors will be available, we do recommend presenters bring their own dongles and connections and connectors. Answer the AV question. So if AV equipment was unavailable for a presentation, would you be able to adjust your session to accommodate the lack of AV? I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this blank because I want you to see what the error message looks like when you miss a step here. And then select your preferred room setup type. So I'm gonna go ahead and select save. And as you can see, this is what I want to show you. When you forget to answer a question or miss a step, you'll get this error message at the top. It says, please fix errors highlighted below. I already know which one it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down. And as you can see, it is highlighted and it will tell you what you're missing. Make sure you select save as you throughout this whole process to ensure all the information has been saved accordingly. Okay. If you fill out step one correctly, you'll be directed to step two, unless there's an error, which I showed you. If you look at the above tabs, you will notice that the Setup Session tab has an orange and white check mark next to it that represents that it has been completed. You cannot skip ahead in steps, but you can go back if you need to. So ensure you always hit that save button at the bottom of each step to make changes. In order to move to step three, you need at least one planner and one presenter. It's important to note that planners are not automatically listed as presenters on the session in the online scheduler or in the mobile app. If the planner will also be a presenter, please check both boxes for the name to be listed in the program. A planner for submission receives all communication for the session from Shape America and is responsible for communicating that information with all the listed presenters. Please make sure your planner and presenters are aware of your planner responsibility. Only planners can request changes for a session. The difference between an abstract and a symposium is that a symposium requires each author to have his or her presentation and own abstract text. So I'm going to go ahead and put an individual here. So planner and presenter. And because the symposium, everyone has their own abstract text, I'm going to type in a title. So for this individual. Okay. And then I am going to select myself. And as you can see, uh, I still have to input some information. So the research symposium model is set up to collect individual author and abstract details in a unique format. When selecting an author and presenter, type the presenter's correspondence abstract presentation title under presentation title, which you saw me do. I named it Tuesday. You will need to associate an abstract and presentation title for each author. After entering an author and corresponding abstract title, you will have to enter additional information associated with the abstract by clicking on the title of the abstract and then clicking on the icon under the abstract text, which is why you're seeing two X's. I've yet to do that. The red X will change to a check mark once the necessary information has been provided. All authors must include their own presentation and abstract text. Please note that the author will be listed in the program in the order they are listed in this section. You can use the arrows to the right of the author's name to move the authors up and down in the order when submitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another, well, I'm gonna add two more authors. So let me go ahead and do that so that you can see what that looks like. So this one's going to be named Monday. And then I'm going to add one more individual. See? And one more individual. And again, it is a symposium, so everyone needs to have their own abstract title. Um, so now I have three individuals in here. Alrighty. So just for your knowledge, authors can submit a photo of themselves as part of their submission. This photo will be added to the our speaker database and displayed in our online program. We accept JPG and PNG formats for all speaker photos. If you are the submitter, please ensure you are collecting preferred photos from the presenters you are listing on your session before uploading them to the speaker database because once submitted, you cannot add additional photos nor make changes to the existing ones. You will need to repeat the information to input the information for under each presentation title and each abstract text for every presenting author, for every author associated with the symposium. And obviously, before adding in a name, search through the database as you saw me do through the email or last name. Um, if the person you're looking for is not found, you can select not found. I could go ahead and show you what that looks like here. So I'm just gonna write something in that the system won't recognize. Um, As you can see, no matches were found. So in this case, you will input their first name, their last name, their email, their affiliation, all the required fields. But we do ask that you provide as much information that you can. Select save and continue, and they will be added. Now, I don't want to add this individual. So to go back without saving, you can just click the completed previous step. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And you could go to people and they'll take you back and it won't save that information. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill out the required fields um, for each presentation. So let's see. In order to move to the next step, all of the authors how to have check marks. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Tuesday. And again, it's just everyone has their own abstract. So it's kind of like entering an abstract proposal for everyone. So that you have to read the presenter agreement, you have to agree to the terms. The title is here, the submitter's email, IRB approval, you have to input your name for each one. the description for their specific abstract. Okay. And then their category, their preferred type, certification, pre-certification. So you will go through each single one. Please read it as you go. Um, and then save. Make sure you're always saving. And then you will see that that X has become a check. You will do it for each one. So then I will do it for abstract text. So for the abstract text, um, for each one, just please note that the text should be 500 words or less. Make sure that you do not include your abstract title or authors' names listed here because they will be incorporated using the data you have already provided. You can copy it and paste the text into this document, or you could directly type in it and then select save and continue for each one. And then once we get through everyone, all their individual abstract information has been added, we'll be able to move on to the next step, which will be the overall description of the overall symposium. So like again, I'm just gonna put in some fields here so that we can move on. So I've already done two of them. So now, like I said, you have to do it for every single individual. So here I am on the last individual. Um, description. Like I said, I'm just putting some information here so that it allows me to continue on just for tutorial purposes. Um, so that you can see what this looks like. And always make sure you're selecting save so that way the information is properly saved. And then the last individual's abstract text. So, and like I said, just so that I can show you what this looks like. Obviously, make sure you're properly filling this out when you submit your information. This is only for example purposes. Um, okay, so now everything has a check mark, which means the system will allow me to move on. Again, the order that these individuals are listed is the order they're going to be shown in the program. So make sure that this order is correct. If you, for some reason, don't want Jennifer at the top, you can move Jennifer to the bottom. Just make sure that you're hitting save, so that way that saves. Okay, so everything was inputted. So now we're on to step 3, which is the extended description, which is used by the Research Council during the evaluation process and can be different than the program description you listed earlier. There is a limit of 500 words and it should include the main points, objectives, or goals of your proposed program. Again, do not list presenters or planner names here. Just like the abstracts, you can copy and paste from a document into the box or type directly in it and then select save and continue. So again, for purposes, um, I'm just gonna type some words in here, so that it allows us to move on. Okay, and then save and continue, which will bring us to the last step. For the last step, please proofread what you have entered before selecting submit at the bottom of the page. So if I scroll, you will see that. If you need to make any changes, click the appropriate step at the top panel, as you can see, as I've stated previously, at these orange tabs. Make sure you select the submit button under the last step, or we will not have your completed submission in our database. Click the submit button, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And once you have submitted, at the top of the page, you will see successfully symposium submission. You will also see this statement here that you could read. Um, and then the system will also automatically generate a confirmation email to the listed submitter's email when you have successfully completed your proposal submission. Please note that the confirmation email only goes to the listed submitter on the session. These two forms of confirmation will inform you that you have successfully submitted your proposal. You will also see an orange print or click here to print this page button at the top of the page so that you can print a copy of your submission for your records if you wish. On the column to the left, let me go ahead and open that by selecting these three lines here. Um, You have the option to view your submission or withdraw it, submit another session, print, report technical issues, or log out. If you do not see the left column, like I said, you will select those three horizontal lines in that box so that you can view them. Remember that if you ever want to log back into your presentation proposal, refer to the email you received upon submission initiation or the confirmation email sent to the proposal submitter's email provided, the email that was provided as the submitter. If at any time you have questions regarding proposals, please email proposals, PROPOSALS at shapeamerica.org or call Shape America at 703-476-3400. Thank you for supporting Shape America and sharing your presentation with the Shape America community. Hope to see you in Shape Charlotte.